We have seen the saber. We know what this review is going to be about. Yes, you can see here by the shirt, the Rise of Skywalker. Yes, of course. Now let me go turn on the light for a second. Hello, and welcome to the Rise of Skywalker spoilers, review, and thoughts. So, yes, this is a purple saber. Custom made in Savi's workshop. It's a pretty cool saber. If you guys go to, Orlando or California to the Star Wars, the Galaxy's Edge, I totally recommend it. But I do recommend that you have to reserve your spot. I would recommend 3 months prior. My brother and I were lucky. We kind of reserved two weeks before going, and we actually got 2 spots because I was the only ones. So yeah, get your reservations done early. So the Rise of Skywalker, that movie made me, I was just in shock moments where I was like, wait, what? The only 2 people who can do that is Palpatine and Count Dooku. What I'm talking about is the lightning bolts coming out of Rey's hand, phalanges. Yeah, and it made me cry, and then at the end, ugly cry. That's not the best cry, but I haven't cried like that since Endgame when Tony died. Oh, goodness gracious. So in the movie, there is just so many things that made me feel happy, and then I was just thinking wow, that is just hitting too hard. And it was the scene where Leia, because I think this is when Rey is out to get Kylo. In the scene when she's going to rest to do her final thing, I was just thinking oh my god, this is how they're gonna finish off Carrie Fisher. In the scene where, because she kind of I guess uses the Force for Kylo, Ben, bring back the light to him, and then Han Solo shows up. But the scene where her body disappears, or just whenever they cloak her, and I don't know, it really hit me because Carrie Fisher isn't with us. And then the scene where Poe goes and sits next to her and says I don't think I can do this, I don't know what to do. And I kind of felt his emotions, because I don't know if that scene was filmed during the 7th episode, or if this was a scene that they had and then they kind of brought in the actors to, because they did say that they were going to work around it. But the way Poe was kind of talking to her, I felt like the actor himself, I could see his emotional feelings just by doing that scene, because to me it felt super real, and I got so sad. There was a scene where they finally showed Luke and Leia training, and Leia training and she has her saber. I'm just wow, whoa, that's so cool. And also I really like the CGI effects to kind of de-age them. That was really cool, because it kind of reminded me of back with Rogue One when they did it with Princess Leia. So I thought that was really nice. And then when Ben had his turning point to going back to the light side was when you hear "Hey Kid" in the background. I'm just thinking who is that? And it ended up being Han Solo. The part where he's talking to him is kind of it's the exact same lines and exact same kind of tone as he was talking with him in episode 7 when he was about to kill him, because he says, I know what I have to do. Instead of stabbing him, he throws his saber out in the ocean, goes and tries to rescue Rey from Palpatine, the Palps. And okay, speaking of Palpatine, I kind of want to bring up how powerful and kind of scary he looked before his eyes went back to normal. Because, okay, so in the trailer, I remember I was just oh, he's probably going to be in one of those, what are they freaking called? A life support machine. He was basically on one, so I got that right. And just seeing him hang on that and just come down and something or whatever, I thought it was really cool. And then his eyes, they looked very dead. So he looked really scary, and just seeing the fact that he was the one that fooled Kylo with Snoke, because Snoke was apparently Palpatine, and just seeing like all the clones of Snoke, I was just thinking, in the Mandalorian series, there was one of those doctors who was going to inject something in or out of the Baby Yoda, and supposedly some people say like he had like a symbol on his thing that was from the planet Kamino, where they do the clones or whatever. So I think that has something to do with Baby Yoda and like the other Mandalorian series, but sorry, I'm getting off track. I think it was really cool to see that, that he was still having the cloning stuff going on. But then also in the planet, when all the other Star Destroyers were like, you know, coming up from the freaking ground, I thought that was really cool. But then the scene when it showed all of them, and then when, you know, everyone was thinking like, well, I don't think we're gonna win because we only have a couple of people. Seeing Palpatine use his power after he gets the Force taken, I think from Ben and Rey, I think. But when he uses that power and like the lightning to like strike all of the rebel ships when everybody came, I thought that was like really cool to see that he's the Sith and he can destroy everybody. So that was like a really, really cool scene, and I did not expect that. But yeah, I'm going all over the place. I am sorry. Every time I think of a scene from that movie, I'm just thinking, oh, that scene and that scene. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, so I really thought the ending of the movie was really great. And then I really didn't think Rey and Kylo's kiss was necessary. In the premiere, you know, everyone's sitting watching that scene and you hear people in the back saying, no, 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 no. And I'm just like, well, this is gonna happen. And so, I don't know, because like, I feel like that scene was more for the fandom who were like shipping Kylo and Rey for Rilo or whatever. So, I don't know, I just thought it was unnecessary, but maybe it was just like a kiss of thank you. But like, thank you for saving me. Once Ben died, his body kind of like disappeared, and so did Leia's. So I feel like in my perspective of how I think of it is when Leia went to do her last thing, it was probably to have Ben to come back in the light and to do one good thing, I guess. And that's probably why her body disappeared, because she finished her mission. So I thought that was pretty cool, and also sad. The scene when Rey, she goes back to Tatooine, where it all started with Luke. When she went to take those sabers, the two sabers, and then she went, and then like, I was just like, wow, this is taking me back to when I was like 8 or 9 years old, just watching the movies from, oh my God. And I was getting so emotional. And then the scene where she kind of like folded the sabers, I was like, okay, that's sweet. Leaving them in their resting place and stuff. And then when she finally buried it, but the saber that she took out, I think it was the saber when Kylo and Rey, they kind of like broke it in The Last Jedi. I think that one is the one where maybe she went somewhere in between Last Jedi and Episode 9. She probably went to, I think, the planet Elam, where the Kyber crystals are. So maybe that's where she got a yellow Kyber crystal. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then the scene where the random old lady comes up and then she asks her, what's your name? And then Rey says, I'm Rey. And then she says, Rey who? And then the scene pans to the desert, and then you see two random ghosts come up, and I'm just thinking, oh crap, it's probably gonna be Luke and Leia. And then they come in their full form. I started bawling. I was ugly crying. And then she turned back to the old lady, and then she says, Rey Skywalker, and I was like, oh. And yeah, that scene, I was crying so hard because just filled with happiness, because I don't know, for me, I thought it was a good movie the way it ended. I don't know why people didn't like that. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, but that scene was really it hit the sweet spot. I think they just did a good job on that one. It was a great movie. To me, I mean, out of these 7 series, sorry, 9 series in this sequel. Out of 7, 8, and 9, I think my favorite would be episode 9. Second favorite would probably be episode 7, because I watched that a lot. But Last Jedi, I only watched the scenes where they weren't on that planet where there was like those horses and animals. But yeah, episode 9, it was a good movie. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think it kind of like grouped everything together, like the Skywalker saga. So that's what I really liked about it. And I'm glad Chewie didn't die, because I really thought Rey killed him. That would have been a good twist though, if she did kill him, because then she would have been like, you know, conflicting, like, oh my gosh, I just killed one of my best friends or whatever. Using a freaking lightning bolt. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty sad. But then when he showed up, I was like, okay, it's good. If you guys have any scenes that you guys liked from the movie, I guess comment below. Like, I really want to know your guys' opinion about, you know, this movie, because I know this movie had mixed reviews. And to me, I didn't want to read the reviews before the movie, because I just wanted to go in with an open mind and just enjoy the experience, which I did. So it was great. That concludes the Rise of Skywalker review. And sorry it took so late to do it, but you know, holidays and Galaxy's Edge was, you know, calling us, and you know, all that good stuff. So hooray. Yay. Okay, guys. I will probably do a Battlefront 2 gameplay, just like a random one, because I just recently started to get back into playing it, and it's just been really fun now that they added the commandos. So yeah, I'll probably post that up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time, and deuces.